everyone, you're watching VGO40 and this is VGO Girl, and today we are taking a look at Warhammer Hall Abyss in normal mode, and this is for World of Kings. And just a quick overview of the markers. The 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of me are where we're going to drop pillars. Right in front of me there's a rainbow cluster. That is where you're going to tank and do DPS. There's a white star in the back where you're going to drop adds. And off to the left and right are usually yellow and blue markers for where the bombs will go. So that's just a quick overview of where everything is, and we'll get into the tactics. Okay, let's go over the tanks first, because tanks can wipe this raid easy. First off, there's this buff, Soul Corruption, which you can see here. There's a counter in the middle, and this goes up to 10 when you have aggro. So when the boss is hitting you, your counter will go up. When it reaches 10, the tank will get a purple circle around it. Now this is very important. The next tank taunts the boss off of you before you start running back, but you're going to need to run back to the white star. At this point, there will be an ad that spawns. If the ad gets all the way to the boss, it will heal the boss. So I kind of hit it usually as I'm running back. DPS, it's important whenever you see these ads to kill them on their way back to the boss. And that way you don't end up healing the boss. Tanks, if you don't run back and you're confused as to where to go with the purple circle and you spawn it right on top of the boss will get healed. So you need to know what you're doing. Okay, on to the actual raid. There is so much going on in this raid, so I'm going to try to go over it all. You're going to tank here at the purple marker. It's just slightly different. Now these green circles that come up, you're going to go over to the 1, 2, 3, and 4. Why? Because these pillars spawn. The pillars are important because at points you have to hide behind them, and you don't want them all on top of each other. You need them spread out like they are here. So you'll spawn the pillars, and you will then DPS the boss. Now, the next thing to look for is there will be this greenish line to the top DPS, I think it is. And the top DPS then has to go hide behind the pillar, and that will destroy one of the pillars. Now here we have the tank thing. You see here the purple circle around the tank. The next person has to taunt, and then the tank has to run all the way to the other side. Now, I don't think that happened, which means that we probably had a mob on us, but that's okay. So moving along, we're DPSing the tank. You can see there's an ad coming from the back. That might be a from the tank. There's several actually. So when those spawn, or I can't remember when they spawn, I think they get a message. The DPS gets a message, but you run to the back for those. Now these green circles are more pillars, so move the pillars away. But those ads, when they go to the back, you have to make sure to kill them as they're coming forward. Again, they'll heal the boss if they don't. So definitely range DPS, keep an eye out for those. Now, also at some point you will get a message about bombs, and those will, here again, this was a green line one to the DPS. He has to hide behind that pillar. There'll be these green circles, though not the fancy green ones, and with red text above your head that are about bombs. You have to then go to the left and right, and you can't be near the pillars because they'll destroy the pillars. Okay, here the players affected by Spirit Charm, I think that those are the ones that have to run to the other side because they've got the mob ads. Here we are, we have the tank again, and this is a really bad example of what to do. In my case, somebody didn't pull the boss off me, so he followed me. And then that means that this ad is going to spawn right on top of him and heal him. So it's really important for the other tank to make sure to taunt. Sometimes it's hard because sometimes maybe they don't have their taunt up yet or whatever. But it's just really important. Now, here we are back at the boss. Hide behind the pillars message. Everybody's going to get a point where they're going to have to hide behind the pillars. So make sure to run behind one of the pillars, which apparently I didn't do in this case, and hide behind them, otherwise it will kill you. Probably because I'm a tank, it didn't kill me. I'm sorry, this is like, there's so much that goes on in this fight. Also, you can see these red messages behind you, the fancy green circles. Again, those are more pillars. I'm gonna say it seems like there's a lot going on here, guys, But this is actually an easier fight than like Warhammer Hall. It's really just the tanks. Anytime I've done this and we fail, it's only because the tanks usually messed up. It's really, that's, I think that they kind of carry the whole raid. Now, it is important if you're getting the messages about bombs that you don't wipe out all the pillars, because that will wipe the raid as well. So, you know, just be careful. Those are the plain green circles we just passed. Those are the ones I think that are the bombs, and those will wipe out pillars. So those you're supposed to go off to the sides for. I have to admit, I've been holding off doing this video. Oh, there's a green line example. Great. Did you see it? The green line from the DPS? Yeah. So he's going to go behind those pillars and it knocks those down. I've been putting off this one because it's really hard. There's just so much going on with it. But hopefully that gives you kind of an idea of how you're supposed to do it. It's really, everybody has a role. DPS, you just kill the mobs as they come forward, watch for those pillars and the bombs. There's just a lot. And then the tanks switching on and off. But hopefully you found this helpful a little bit. And you're watching VGO 40, and this is VGO Girl, and we will see you next time in World of Kings.